Money. Money.
As your host, I would like to offer you a gift. And my gift for you today is budgeting tips. Why would you look at a gift as budgeting tips? Well, it's the holidays and there's a lot of money being spent, a lot of splurging that's happening. Holiday season is coming to an end and the spending will slow down. So it's a great time to focus on budgeting tips and prepare for financial success in 2017 for yourself and for your family. So it's easy to understand how careful budgeting can improve your financial situation. And we all know that fewer financial problems means less stress. If you have a spouse or a partner, working together on a budget can help your relationship with many arguments being eliminated and having an opportunity to really connect on something that's important to your family, which is putting a good financial house together. We all know that budgeting can be challenging. It can be difficult. You can procrastinate on doing it. But the reality is budgeting is actually pretty easy when you commit to doing it. So I want to share my own personal, very simple 4 tips. That's it. 4 budgeting tips that I feel if you can commit to in 2017, it'll make a complete difference in your financial situation and the outlook that you have for 2017. So here's the first one. Focus on saving. Always have something that you want. That's the key to it. Always be budgeting for something. Whether it's something that you need or not is not important. If you're one of my female listeners and there's a special purse that you want, it's okay to budget for something special for yourself. I'm sure that you deserve it. If there's something you want to budget for the family, maybe there's a vacation that you want to do. The importance is that you're budgeting for something. You always have something that you want. The reason why is because if you have something you're saving for, something that you want, you will be less apt to purchase the things that you really don't want. If you don't have something that you're saving for, it's easier for you just to go ahead and spend that money. Now, for my female listeners, I'm sure all of you can relate that you have bought something that's still sitting in your closet right now that you've never worn. Okay? If you were budgeting for something that you want, I guarantee there's a really good chance that you would have not purchased that item because you'd been thinking about what you really want. Do you really need this outfit? No, obviously you didn't want it that much because you've never put it on. Now, for my guy listeners and even for the female listeners as well, what about something that you purchased? You never took it out of the package, never opened it up at all, and now you're selling at a garage sale for pennies on the dollar. I would imagine if you were budgeting and saving for something, you would not have bought that item either. So the importance of saving, having the extension to that is always having something that you actually want. My second tip is write down or use an app and make note of every single purchase. This includes even items that are $5 or less. When you're forcing yourself to actually write it down, you'll be thinking about whether you should be purchasing that. So just the act of physically having to make note of that purchase is going to make you think whether you need it or not. My third tip is use cash. Now, I know you might be telling yourself that you want to use credit card for the bonuses like miles. And, you know, the reality of it is all that extra stuff that the credit card is giving you is hurting you by using your credit card versus cash. Now, you can still use your credit card for your big purchases because most likely the big purchases you're making, you're actually putting thought into those big purchases. Those aren't the issues. It's not the big purchases, it's the little purchases. And those little purchases compound into big spending. So if those little purchases, the things that you're, stuff you're picking up at the grocery store, paying cash versus putting that on your credit card, you're going to be buying less things at the grocery store than you need when you're going out for buying spontaneous quick things at the store. So think about that as your third tip. And the last one is know how your money is being spent. So first thing is just sit down and put a budget together. Make a list of everything that you spend on a monthly basis. It may take you a few months to do this because you don't want to leave anything off. Now, once you have everything listed, and leaving off might be that you get your nails done every month. You forget to put that on there. Or for a man, you get your haircut cut once a month. I know my husband typically gets his haircut every 3 weeks. Well, that's a cost, and it's easy to forget because it's just a thing that you just naturally do all the time. So you want to make sure that you have everything down. And then take a look at that budget and put some time into it and see what areas of that you can actually save money by doing something different with it. When my husband was looking at where we were spending our money in things around the household, because that's what he does, Comcast and was one area that we really were spending a lot of money in, all of our the stations, TV stations, and things that we were getting, that we could actually reshift that around. That I think we sold maybe saved maybe $300 or $400 a year. So taking a look at everything and really analyzing where you can save money. Also, just the exercise of making note of everything that you spend on a monthly basis is going to help you relook at that to see if you actually really need it. Now, I say at least on an annual basis, you want to go through a detailed revised budget, or if anytime that you're making a big purchase, buying a home would definitely be one of those where the things that you're going to need to spend are going to be adjusted. Or obviously, if you have a change in your income, up or down, it's important to relook at that budget. So that's my gift for you today as your host of the Money Hour, is my own personal 4 easy budget tips. Coming up next on the Money Hour, what's happening in the South End market? Well, I have Eric Tinglam here with Skyline Properties, Trident Realty Group Northwest, right here at 1150 AM KKNW after this short break.